Welcome back. Those of you tuning in, thank you for joining us. We are here with the mangolini from Fennec Genetics. This episode, we're going to go over all three of our grow tents from the smallest to biggest and kind of recap on what's happened over here on week 2. It is Friday today, and Sunday is the start of week 3, so it's the tail end of week 2 rolling into week 3. So here's where we're at. So we got mangolini in the 2x4 under the TSL 2000. Expect a longer flowering time in and around 12 to 14 weeks. It's much like the hat trick. This time we're doing our best to kind of control that stretch with the canopy, mitigate it as much as possible, keep it down and slow it down because we don't have a lot of headroom in this tent and a lot of space, so we want to kind of try to keep her that stretch to a minimum because we still have another, let's say 2, possibly even 3 weeks of this stretch to control. So as you may see, we got rid of a fair bit of families that were blocking that direct light on some of these lower shoots, and they've come up here, slowed down some of that center growth, which has kind of worked out for us to help some of that lower growth catch up with the rest of it. Unfortunately, my light wasn't completely level for a majority of the week, and it was off about 1/16 of an inch, so this whole front little bit there didn't get as much light as the rest of it on the back side. We were tilted more towards that back wall, and some of this front stuff kind of didn't get as much as the rest, so that's what it is. We still got a few more weeks to see what happens from there. So up until this point, rolling into week 3, we're just going to be leaf tucking for the most part, and then maybe the end of week 3, start of week 4, we might look to do a heavy defoliation just to give you guys a heads up. All those trim times and stuff like that vary, so from strain to strain. 21 days, it's a good kind of, I guess, most fast flowering strains, but because we're growing longer flowering strains and stuff like that, that all kind of varies a little bit. Even with the fast flower strains, those times and trim times and stuff like that could vary too. So just put it out there. With this one, we may or may not going into week 3, but I guess you guys have to tune in to find out. So on to the next one. Next up, we got the mintberry crunch. She's already starting to show some signs of flower. We're starting to see some pistils and stuff, so always a good sign. You can see her packing and stacking nicely under our Viper Spectra P2000. Best suited for a 2x4 tent, 4x2 vegetative space, 3x2 flowering space. We got her in the 3x3, so take a look at her. Last week, at the beginning of week 2, we went around, trimmed up the edge of our canopy to kind of slow down some of that outer growth and left the center of our canopy alone, so get the rest of it to catch up. This corner here kind of fell a little short, no big deal, because I expect this one to flower at least 10 weeks, 10-week flower, in and around harvest time, 10 weeks, 10, 11, 12. But so that is to be expected when growing with a smaller light and a larger grow space, or tent not suited for, or the light not suited for the size of the tent, so on and so forth. So kind of fall a little bit short in the corners, but no big deal. Still got a lot of time to catch up. So same aggressive feed, you can tell too. She is rich in nitrogen, so we just adjust our frequency, but the feed is still the same as all 3. So there you go. Temps below 23 because we've had the door open for a bit. 23 degrees Celsius, 44 RH, 44% and up above, 25 and 43. So that usually climbs up 26, 27 the highest, but we keep her pretty consistent with our temps. So that is Mintberry Crunch from Fennec Genetics. Jumping over to the 4x4, we got the Miami, I can't pronounce it properly, the Gromies got me thinking about too much, but we got the Miami Mammy, Solfire Gardens. Correct me on my pronunciation if I'm wrong. But so we can see she's already, like the other ones, starting to throw the pistils and stuff, starting to pack and stack our flower. Again, just like the other ones, we try to control and focus our energy more on the center of our canopy to get that even canopy growth and stuff like that. So with this one, we will be looking to trim in and around week 3 as we see more of these lower families start to develop and get to a certain point, and we'll go through and we'll remove all these bigger fan leaves. So this one is a faster flowering. I expect her to finish in and around 7-8 weeks, 9 tops if we're looking to get a little bit more amber out of it, but just keep an eye on it. So kind of like the other one, we did have a bit of an issue. I didn't realize this one was a little out as well. I wasn't completely level, so and I didn't trim some stuff that I should have. I could go through and pick apart my own work, yada yada yada, but result of that, like just down over here, some of that stuff didn't get that equal opportunity light that we were looking for to catch up. And over in this corner, I could have slowed down some of that growth by removing some of those fan leaves and giving those girls a chance. And what that does is kind of slow down that stretch and redirects that plant energy, but kind of missed the mark on this right here. Where we take a look over on this side, it's a little bit more filled in until we get to that back corner, because I mean, it's a 4x4 size tent. This thing's right up against the wall. I have troubles getting back into some of these corners, so that's my excuse. So with this one, she's feeding a lot more heavier, a little bit more heavier than the other two, and going at the tail end of week 2, we're going to feed her a little bit more aggressive because she can handle that extra NPK. And you can see here she's still a little on the lighter side compared to the other two, so we can amp it up just a little bit before we start our week 3 and week 4, where things start to really happen. So that's and she's due for a watering, so that's where we're at now. And yeah, I guess that's gonna wrap it up for this week. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in.